Welcome back everybody for another brand new video. Today we're going to be going back and covering Resident Evil 9 and how this organization can play a big role in the next game in the trilogy of Ethan Winters. So this article we're going to be reading today is from GameRant.com. We get a lot of information from this website, so big shout out to them. If you guys do enjoy the videos, make sure to just like, comment, and subscribe as it helps the channel grow. Be on the lookout for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Description has all the details, so just go down and look for that. And without further ado, let's get into how this organization can play a big role in Resident Evil 9. Like I said, the article we're going to be reading today is from GameRant.com, and the title of the articles is Resident Evil's Connections Organization should play a big role in Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil 9 may finally pull the curtains off the mysterious criminal syndicate that the Connections, responsible for the events of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8. Capcom's iconic survival horror franchise Resident Evil underwent a stark transition with its 7th main installment, Resident Evil 7. That put the original's claustrophobic horror approach back at the forefront. Resident Evil 7 not only just put a new spin on the classic Resident Evil formula with its first-person perspective, net set of characters, and a deadly dose of new virus, but it also introduced a new shady organization that's far more deadly than the infamous Umbrella corporations. The Connections, a crime syndicate responsible for the events that follow Resident Evil 7, was first referenced in Resident Evil 5. The inner details on the Connections remain a mystery, though its looming shadow over both Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village's storyline is a firm indication that there's more to it than meets the eye. With Resident Evil 9 reportedly set to conclude the Winters storyline, here's how the Connections should play a prominent role and bring things to a full circle. The Connections' goal of creating bioorganic weapons that can control minds led them to Mother Miranda and her mold, who then helped them creating Evelyn. The Connections was also responsible for informing Miranda about Rose's abilities in Resident Evil Village while also revealing Ethan and Mia's location, suggesting that the Connections had connections in Blue Umbrella. With Evelyn dead and Miranda's Megamycete wiped out at the end of Resident Evil Village, the Connections may actively be searching for Rose Winters, who possesses similar supernatural abilities as Eve. In the post-credit scene of Resident Evil Village, a teenage Rose is revealed to be working with an unknown organization under Chris Redfield's supervision. There is a possibility that the organization is Blue Umbrella, which also aids Chris's Wolfhound squad in Village with medical equipment. Resident Evil Village's BSAA twist also suggests that the former could now be involved with the Connections. This opens up several possibilities for Resident Evil 9, one of them being the Connections sending a well-known BSAA agent to capture Rose Winters. Rumor about Jill Valentine returning to Resident Evil 9 have significantly picked up in the last few months, and ironically she fits the aforementioned role perfectly, even more so with her connections to Chris Redfield. The Winters storyline is great, but it's largely confides in itself with little to no reference to the whereabouts of past Resident Evil protagonists and the broader ongoings in the Resident Evil universe. If Resident Evil 9 in the conclusion of the Winters story arc, it should pull the curtains off the Connections' identity and primary members. In this regard, the Connections may also cause a global outbreak with the mind-controlling BOWs created with the remaining mold samples in pursuit of passively taking over the world. Mia Winters could also have a prominent role in Resident Evil 9, since she's the only known former member of the Connections still alive. Mia's knowledge of the Connections may be the key to tracking down the source of the Connections, which could help Chris Redfield and the team in investigating and trying to tie down various loose ends. Resident Evil 9 needs to resolve the Connections mystery and bring closures to the Winters and Redfield story arcs. The Connections may seemingly be the next Umbrella Corporation, and it's set to cause a Raccoon City-like incident in Resident Evil 9. This also leaves room to bring back fan-favorite characters like Leon Kennedy, Ada Wong, and Jake Muller united together one last time as Resident Evil looks to rejuvenate itself again with foreseeable entry. And if you haven't checked out Resident Evil 8 yet, it is out on PC, PlayStation consoles, Stadia, Xbox, and Xbox Series consoles. That's going to do it for that article. Basically what it's saying is that this group, the Connections, is what's going to close out the Ethan Winters trilogy in Resident Evil and open up or kind of finish off some loose ends. Now, we did follow some rumors about Jill Valentine being brought back in Resident Evil 9, and with this news right here, it looks like they have it has some ties with that, because they know about Rose Winters' abilities, and then having Jill Valentine work with the connections in previous titles, and like mentioned in Resident Evil 5, and it says they may bring back some sort of protagonist to hunt down Rose Winters. Jill Valentine definitely sounds like the main candidate for that. And this article has been great. This is one of the more better ones we've found that has really good details on the connections. I know we covered it a little bit ago, but this just definitely does sound a great way to close out the trilogy, especially like they said, bringing back some of the old protagonists like Leon Kennedy. Now, obviously, this is just an article with speculation, so take it with a grain of salt, but definitely, do some research as well. And, it does sound like this does really tie into the story, so I am excited to see, as more news comes out, but we'll just keep covering it here on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below as far as what you'd like to see in Resident Evil 9 and maybe how this article, how you interpreted this article. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are, enjoying the content here on the channel, just be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing and then turn on the notification bell so you guys never miss uploads. And if you are a new subscriber on the channel, make sure to just comment that down below. Let us know you're a new subscriber here so we can welcome you to the channel properly. But as always, I will see you guys in the next video.